We traded our $1 million yacht for a $20,000 camper to put van life to the test in New Zealand. How do power, water, and waste stack up on land? Can it match the freedom of cruising? Or is it just another carefully filtered dream?
Camper van life isn't really as easy as it looks on YouTube.
Join us as we find out whether the open road feels like home. I'm Kristin, this is Fabio, and this is our dog Yoda. Unfortunately, Yoda won't be joining us in the South Island as there are so many restrictions on dogs. Normally, we live on Wanderlust, our 52-foot catamaran, sailing and traveling the world. To check out our journey, binge our videos here. We've taken a couple of short trips in the camper van so far, and good thing we did because we realized that we needed to make a few optimizations, right?
Yeah, we added a few things, solar panels and little comfort features in the bathroom.
Nets, little bins,
something like
hooks. How many hooks do you think you
I
added?
don't know, many hooks.
25 at least, maybe 50. Hooks everywhere. And it's really amazing what we're learning about power consumption, even from living on a boat.
Yeah.
We decided to tour the South Island in a camper van instead of the boat because sailing around the South Island of New Zealand is very tricky, right?
Yeah. You can see from Colin's video.
Right. Colin on Parlay Revival, they did it last season, and they actually had to motor a lot of the time because the winds were just really fickle or too strong. So it's definitely a challenging sail. It's like if I understand why Colin and the Parlay crew wanted to do it for sure.
Yeah.
For us,
just the two of us.
Yeah, it's just the two of us, and we really wanted to see the interior of the South Island, the mountains,
lakes.
And the lakes, and get off the boat and do a little bit of mountain biking and hiking, and so we're really looking forward to it. Earlier that afternoon, we lined up with the other campers and cars to board the Inter-Islander ferry at the southern tip of the North Island in Wellington. We're boarding the ferry!
Yeah!
The South Island adventure is beginning!
Yeah, here we are.
Finally!
It was about time. We waiting for this.
We're parked. We gotta get all our stuff because I don't think we can stay in the van, right?
No.
Why? This is good.
Now it will get extremely cold.
Yeah, but at least we can enjoy the view for a little bit. This is so cool. All right. The ferry pulled away from the dock, past the busy port and the hum of the city. I exhaled, excited for what lay ahead. The South Island is just 47 nautical miles across Cook Strait, but this infamous stretch of water is where the Tasman Sea and the Pacific Ocean collide, and they don't play nice. Confused seas, 5-knot currents, and swirling eddies that can shove even big ships sideways. Luckily, we're passengers this time. We're not only crossing Cook Strait, we're crossing into a new chapter. From sea to land, from sails to wheels. Same spirit, just a different path. The conditions in Cook Strait can be absolutely gnarly. And today, actually, the waters are quite flat. Now the wind has died down. Earlier when I first came out here, it was so incredibly windy. I thought I was going to lose my hat. Now the wind must be coming from behind us. The conditions have totally changed. It's now cloudy, overcast. So hopefully this isn't an indicator of what the weather will be like for our trip. We entered the Marlborough Sounds, not just a coastline, but a sunken world. These steep valleys were once rivers, carved by time, then swallowed by the sea as the Ice Age ended. Maori navigated these waters long before Captain Cook anchored here to rest and trade. Okay, now it's cold. The wind has started whipping, but this place is stunning. you're enjoying this video, give it a thumbs up, drop us a comment down below, and be sure to subscribe to the channel. It's a totally free way to help us out. Thank you. Now, mussel farms line the shores. Birds soar and dive. With a ceiling of clouds resting gently on the ridgelines, it's quiet here, haunting, beautiful, mesmerizing. Like nature hit pause and forgot to press play again. As we rounded the corner, a cluster of sailboats came into view, and suddenly a whole new world revealed itself. A bay alive with activity, set against the moody backdrop of cloud-capped hills. I can't believe there's so many boats out here sailing, but I guess we've been in Newport and Maine, New England when the weather was like this, and yeah, everybody's out sailing because that's just the weather. It's beautiful. We pulled into Picton Harbor where red hulls popped against dense green forest and a blanket of gray sky, and suddenly it felt like New England. I'm continually surprised by the familiarity of a place so far from where I grew up. It seems the more we travel, the smaller the world feels. We're here! We have to go down and get in the van. The boat is still docking. There we are!
Give me your backpack.
Yeah. It's our turn! Woo! Oh. Another world. Okay, our first mission is to get water because we ran out.
Yeah.
Okay. Very industrial looking. Makes sense for a port. We're not sure exactly where it is. It just says in this map that there's water here. There's bathrooms, day trips, but I don't see any water. Campervan life isn't really as easy as it looks on YouTube. All right. Mission accomplished. We're gonna head to our campsite for the night. It's like 25-minute drive south of here. I booked the site already, so we are good to go. Bunch of sheep over there. All right, we found our campsite. It was a really pretty drive through the vineyards, and yes, now we're here at a campervan site. It's a DOC site, and we're learning all kind of the rules of the road around here. The ocean is just over the corner, but I think we're just going to get settled. One of our drawers fell out. I don't know, it's some form of broken. The latch or something isn't locking. So our stuff went everywhere. How you feeling about day one of campervan?
Oh, I love it.
Compared to boat?
Yeah.
We're gonna get settled and see you guys in the morning. With 22 days to explore, we wanted to get down to the mountainous area of the South Island as quickly as possible, but with a few stops along the way. First up was Kaikoura to see the beautiful coastline, seals, whales, and dolphins. I just saw Mama and her baby hopping along to the next little spot to lounge. They're so cute. I'm lucky I brought the zoom lens because they're pretty far away. They have the whole area marked off, kind of roped off, so the seals aren't disturbed. This is the Kaikoura Coastal Walkway, a path where ocean meets mountain, where ancient rock layers submit to the sea's relentless pounding. Seals nap just steps from the path, lazily glancing our way. It's wild and exposed, definitely no place to anchor. Wildflowers emerge from the crevices and cormorants dry their wings in the salt air. We traded sails for wheels to explore places like this. We found a campsite for tonight. Everything is pretty booked up because it's a holiday weekend. Waitangi Day is actually today, and it's a whole holiday weekend. And tomorrow we're going on a whale watch, so we wanted to have the camper van in a place that had some supervision.
And our pantry opened.
And our pantry just opened and everything fell out. So there's that. We have gotten good about closing all the latches, but I don't think they work. Because there's a lot of stuff in the pantry right now. So I think the pressure. Oh my god. The pressure, yeah, from all the stuff made the door come open. Anyways. Alpine Pacific, there it is. Home sweet home. Oh boy.
That's it. What?
Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That campsite, it was
No good.
Yeah, it was not good. We were going to be packed in like sardines. It was not good. So, and plus they are booked for tomorrow, and that's when we wanted to leave the van,
So
and we have to check out at 10. So anyways, we're just going to go to another campsite tonight. And she gave us the great information that the whale watch place has a very large parking lot. So
Beautiful.
we'll just park there.
Yeah.
Oops.
Oh, that's next one there. Yeah, there wasn't the one there.
No. We have arrived, but it's fall.
Okay.
Okay. There is another option, but
It's
legal. Okay, there it is. Oh.
Ooh, packed.
Oh, I think there's one spot.
Turn right, then continue straight.
It's not this?
I think it's this. Certified self-contained camping.
Is it good? There? Yeah. Perfect. Check
Oh
north.
yeah, we gotta find north for Starling. Oh, fantastic.
Right across from the cemetery. North is the way, so we're back in here.
Oh gosh. We are not like big planners. So this is what happens.
Can you look?
Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, stop, because we want to be able to open the door, right?
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Home sweet home.
Home sweet home for the night.
All right, and now I'm gonna survey the chaos. Okay. All our stuff is out. Hopefully the eggs didn't break. Where are the eggs? Oh, yes, the eggs are tucked back in there, thankfully. Pick this up, we'll settle in. I was quickly realizing I needed to make finding our campsites a priority because there were restrictions on where we could camp, especially in the more populated areas. The goal of the night was to find a place to sleep, and we did that. No ghosts came to the van, so that was a plus. And so now we are going to head off and find somewhere to dump and get water. These are like the essential components of van life, and we're realizing I think we need to do this like every probably 2 to 3 days. Fortunately, we found a spot nearby to do that, and then after that we're gonna go and try and park at this other campsite that's a bit more scenic and very close to the whale tour that we're gonna take later on.
Turn left onto Killarney Street, then turn left onto State Highway 1.
It's a popular spot this morning, so we'll just wait our turn. Fabio is prepping the cassette. Thankfully, he has taken on that job. Thank you, Fabio. It's basically like you have a little suitcase full of your waste. I see you have some luggage today, sir. Is that check-in or carry-on?
I think I want to check in this one.
You bring it over to the small little dump station. I believe we recorded it another time for you. And dump it out, rinse it, and bring it back. We thought we couldn't get any closer to our poo than in boat life, but it's not true.
Can you hold this?
Yep. Okay. Opening. This is actually a really convenient spot because most places, well, I guess the last spot we could fill up with water too, but here in the South Island, all of the water spots that I've tapped on the app, it has said non-potable, that you have to boil it. But this site, you can actually drink the water too, so very handy. And there's a nice view. Yeah, right. All done. All right, now we're on our way to the next campsite, and hopefully there will be room. We found a spot!
Maximum length 5 meters. That's where we are.
Yeah. We arrived, and our whale watch tour, I think, is just down the street, the parking lot. We have a nice view of the ocean, and we're gonna get some work done.
A few hours later, we boarded the boat for our tour.
We have a whale just off to port. It's a sperm whale.
The mighty spirit.
Come on, just show us a little tail.
There he goes, there he goes, there he goes, there he goes.
Yeah. Yeah.
After the whales left, the boat moved to an area where dolphins are commonly found, and we were treated to an amazing show. That ended up being way cooler than we expected. The host was very informative, told us all about the different species, and we saw, I think it was 3 sperm whales, and we saw a whole bunch of different species of dolphin. The dusky dolphin, they're like the spinners, they're super playful. The horse dolphin, which only lives here in New Zealand, and it was really good. It was definitely worth it. We can't compare this to the experiences we've had in French Polynesia just because we were so free, but at least we were able to see these species, and the host was just talking about a lot about conservation and how a lot of the proceeds from the ticket sales does go towards conservation. So the whole ethos behind the tour was pretty cool. So definitely recommend.
We have to be out of here at 7 a.m. So we're just warming up the vehicle. This is a beautiful view though, wow. We had a very nice man come and remind us yesterday evening that departure was prior to 7 a.m. So we're on the move.
This door open. Is the doors open?
My door open, maybe. Ooh, we have a couple of lights.
Yeah, one is the brakes, which is normal. There we go. See? Fabio has been laughing at me because I shut the door, the side door, like I mean it, but you gotta. Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
Vans, you gotta shut the side door like you mean it.
We're continuing our journey south, headed to Awaroa today, as we're trying to break the driving up into 3-hour legs. It was an absolutely stunning drive along the coastline, and we stopped at the cutest gas station.
Cute. Huh.
It was funny in the shop. The two people in there just couldn't believe that in the States, you have to pay for air to fill up your tires. They were like, how can you charge for something that you just breathe for free? So we're filling up our tires for free.
We resumed driving, nestled amongst golden hills until we came to a fabulous viewpoint we couldn't resist.
We were just driving along and came across this amazing coastline overlooking the bay. It's a town called Littleton, just past Christchurch. And it is gorgeous.
The next stretch of road was very narrow, steep, and close to the hillside. I wavered between amazement and fear.
Oh, he's letting us go. That's nice. Thank you. Holy moly. I may have mentioned before that I have a fear of heights, so like being so close to the edge like this, I have a very somersaulty stomach. This is a pretty epic spot. I think we're almost at our campsite, but there's people paragliding and the ocean on one side, ocean on the other side.
Sorry, I'm like
New at this. This is a Department of Conservation, DOC, site, so you have to book this site ahead of time, and this one actually has a combination lock on the gate. So when you book, you get the confirmation, they send you the code, and it is a paid site. I think it was $17 US for 2 people for the night, but totally worth it. Or it looks that way so far.
and where do we go? Anywhere?
We've arrived at our campsite, and I must say, this is probably our first successful booking, I do believe. It's, I would say, definitely an 8 out of 10 at first glance, maybe a 9. First use of the awning, wow. What's on the menu this evening, chef?
Chicken the simple way. This thing is pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I recommend it, highly recommend it. Better than a grill.
And what is that?
I have no idea. It's
like
called Campmaster.
There we go.
Yeah, it's like more like a pan and a griddle. You can griddle or cook, but it's more my style than just like flames, yeah.
Yeah. How are you finding cooking in the van versus cooking on the boat?
Oh, there's no comparison.
There's no good. Yeah.
No, the boat is like arranged like a house almost.
Exactly.
I have everything in the kitchen, then in the galley that I need to cook. Here, just like, you make do with what you have.
Yep. It's very simple.
Very simple. Cannot do, you can grill, you can saute some stuff, but it's hard to do multiple servings,
Right.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, you could never entertain.
You can if it's sandwiches and.
Yeah, exactly. Our galley here is definitely smaller, but it works. So doing a salad with some rocket tomatoes and avocado and feta and olives. So it's like a Greek salad with avocado. Okay.
It's a Greek Mexican salad.
It's a Greek Mexican salad, yeah. Thing
it's not a cooking show.
No. Oh. Okay. There we are.
Which is very hot.
Oh, that side is hot. Hold on. The water comes out very hot in the van. That's one thing we've learned. Fabio had a dicey incident.
Yeah. You cannot go in details.
No. Dogs are allowed here. We
The
miss
knife.
Yoda.
Yeah, the knife doesn't really.
Yeah, no, the knife doesn't cover.
You want to use mine? Oh, yes. Please use mine.
Yes. like tomato juice went on my computer. Or something. I don't know. Oh, well, that is better.
Oh.
Chicken's already done. I'm a bit slow. Sure. It just takes time to get used to things.
Yeah.
You figure out a system, and we're still new, very, very fresh at this. All right.
A sense of relief came over me as we enjoyed a simple meal and took a walk after dinner to check out our neighbors, some super cute sheep. There was something familiar in the simplicity. We had just traded water for fields.
We are on the road again. We are heading back towards Christchurch this morning and on our way to Lake Tekapo. Eventually I will learn how to say that. But it will be the beginning of our journey into Mount Cook National Park, so I'm really excited.
We were beginning to see how diverse New Zealand's landscape is. Driving only a few hours, the golden coastal hills turned to lakes and mountains.
This is so incredibly beautiful. I had to get out and take some shots. This is what we came for. We've arrived at our campsite for the night and it is beautiful. Lake McGregor. What do you think?
That's gorgeous. Look at this.
Okay. So nice.
Spectacular.
We opted to camp here instead of Lake Tekapo because the campsite there seemed to be a parking lot in town, even though it was by the lakeside. We're finding we enjoy more natural settings.
We are ready to get moving again. It is a lovely cloudy day here in New Zealand. Crisp.
Crisp.
Brisk. We're just gonna drive like 15-20 minutes to a car park by Lake Tekapo. And we'll do a hike to Mount John Summit to have a beautiful overview of the area. It'll be nice because we haven't done a hike in a few days and we're feeling a bit
Stiff.
rusty. Bye birds.
Lake Alexandrina Road for 800 meters.
We've arrived at Lake Tekapo. And we're just gonna do like, I think it's around a 1 hour hike or something like that to St. John's Summit where the observatory is, and we've got a view of the lake. Unfortunately today is a very cloudy day, so I'm not gonna see much, and the water is not turquoise, but we need to walk anyways. So yeah, it is a beautiful little town. It is a kind of like a resort town set up. There's a spa here. I think it's this way. And there's a hot spring pool with an ice skating rink, and yeah, but it's beautiful. Little uphill climb right away. This is good. Got the heart pumping. I think I can see an opening through the trees. It's nice. It's beautiful. I think those are some tall mountains there.
Yeah.
Up we go. You got it. Yeah. All of a sudden it got colder. Whew. Might put on my puffer again. There's the lake. It had disappeared. We made it.
Yep. Up here.
Yep.
Lots of bunnies.
Lots of bunnies. They're so cute. And these very kind of elegant birds.
On a sunny day, Lake Tekapo looks like this, but when traveling on a timeline, sometimes you don't have picture-perfect conditions. It was still a beautiful view from the observatory.
The observatory is there.
This area is known as a dark sky reserve, so even any lights in the city or the town are all pointed down so that there is very little light pollution. And the US had some kind of military base here, I think from like 1969 to 1983. And I believe it's the University of Pennsylvania has some affiliation with this reserve. And now we'll go down. That was a nice way to start the day. And now we are on our way to Lake Pukaki.
I need a good.
We're about 10 years old. It's like 30 minutes from here, and we're gonna stop there, have some breakfast, enjoy the view. This is such a beautiful spot. We had to turn off real quick and take some photos, but we are definitely not alone here. It is, lots of people are enjoying this same very beautiful place.
With a boat, we're able to explore remote places inaccessible to many people, so we were getting used to sharing the experience with more folks. This is a great campsite. It's got hold on, I have a bug on my glasses. We're gonna find out how great it is because it's like sunset right now, so all the bugs are probably gonna come out, but beautiful view, and it's a holiday park, and the ones that we've seen so far have not been super nice, but this is great. We got a spot on the end, so we still feel like we've got privacy. I took a shower. Fabio's taking a shower now. They have laundry here. There's a communal kitchen space, but we'll probably just cook here. Really nice. And we're like, I think 20 minutes from the hike in Mount Cook National Park, so great spot. At first I was disappointed because the campground right there was all full, but this is perfect. All right, I'm gonna get dinner started and then we'll go for a walk and then go to bed. Good morning. We are getting ready to head over to Mount Cook National Park to do our first hike. I think it's Hammer Valley hike. It's about a 3-hour total hike. It's I think it's one of the easier hikes, but we're like getting ourselves warmed up for the hikes later in the trip. It is a bit cloudy, but good news is the sun is coming out. It was totally cloudy earlier, but sun is coming out, so maybe some of the clouds will burn off, so we will actually see Mount Cook today. That would be fabulous. It's gonna be a good day. This is supposed to be one of the most beautiful drives like in the world, and we can see like a small portion of Mount Cook, but there are clouds, just huge thick cloud cover, like almost to the ground. Oh, what a bummer. Oh my goodness. We made it to Mount Cook National Park, and even better, the sun is coming out. So it looks like maybe the clouds will burn off and we'll have a beautiful day. The clouds were burning off and the mountain views were spectacular. I definitely have a fear of heights. I do not like suspension bridges at all. We've just spotted Mount Cook for the first time. Another bridge.
Let me go first.
Okay.
I don't like those bridges at all. I'm glad I'm finding out now because there are some other dicey suspension bridges that I've looked at doing, and now I know that I will absolutely hate it.
I said, that's it?
Well, you can maybe see why. You made it, huh?
Yeah.
There's no question about the beauty of Mount Cook National Park with its glacial lake, mountain peaks, waterfalls, and glaciers. But do know that it is one of the most visited parks in New Zealand.
We've relaxed and enjoyed this beautiful mountain lake.
Beautiful.
There's not a lick of shade, but let's not complain about the sun because at least it's out and we saw Mount Cook. And so now we're just gonna hike back down. We are on the road again this morning. We are driving 3 hours like southeast to the Nevis Valley. A friend of ours, Brady, gave us this tip to go visit this very remote, spectacularly beautiful area. And so we are taking his advice because yesterday in Mount Cook, while beautiful, there were a lot of people. So we're definitely looking forward to getting a bit more remote. And so we're excited to go on this drive. It's supposed to be beautiful. We're going to be going through some of the central Otago wine country and then into kind of the mountainous desert area of New Zealand South Island. I was flying the drone and I lost it. I managed to lose the drone on land because we had no satellite connection, but we managed to find him. His battery died, but we found him. This road is a bit more than we bargained for, I think. Well, me at least. I mean, I have a hard time picturing things in my mind, like imagining what it's actually going to be like once I'm there. I mean, the view is absolutely amazing. Hopefully we can stop off soon.
I can't stop.
I mean, we can't stop because like we'll never get started again. If you...
Maybe up here.
Yeah, maybe up here at the top. The view is absolutely epic. Let's just hope that the roads are kind to us. What I get us into, huh?
Ah, that's funny. It's hard to see on camera how steep this
I know.
This road is.
And how
but
narrow.
It's steep and narrow, yeah. Okay.
Oh!
Jesus Lord. Oh, there's a car.
Oh, great.
Yeah, but they have to give us they have to, oh!
Oh, that's a big
It's a big
bird.
bird, yeah.
Uphill vehicles have the right of way. Yep, he's moving over. There's the rules. Oh my goodness, there were just two ladies that came roaring around the corner
With a trailer.
with a tractor. They're working. They're done for the day. They're getting out of here. And this is truly incredible. It's actually comforting to see a number of vehicles. We've passed, like probably 6 cars or so, and there are signs, like Department of Conservation signs, pointing out the hiking tracks. So even though we are in the middle of nowhere, I don't feel lost.
Yeah. Not many camper vans.
No, not many camper vans,
None, actually.
which is nice. There was one.
There wasn't a camper.
Oh, was it?
The one that stopped?
Oh, yeah.
It was a work truck.
Oh. Yeah, so that's good. No camper vans, no tourists, which is nice. Except for us.
We're not tourists.
We're travelers. Wow, this is very rocky all of a sudden. That was our first river crossing. It was very shallow and very small, but it still feels like we're doing something that we're not supposed to, given the vehicle we're in. We just went through our first gate and there was a sign, so this is still Department of Conservation land. I was wondering because there's a fence, so I thought maybe it would be like private cattle land, but it said you can hike, you can hunt, cycle.
You cannot bring Yoda.
No dogs.
I don't know.
Oh, no fires.
Yeah.
I can see why here it's very dry. So loud.
We were surprised to come across this house out here, but we did have a good laugh at the sign.
We've got another river crossing here. Chosen to go on the left, as it looks, oh boy, a little more shallow. Okay, not so bad.
Not so bad.
There we are. All right. We're across. Woo. So we have come upon the river. I just kind of I looked on the map and found this spot. It looked like it would be okay, but there's a fence here. And it doesn't really look like we can go off the road, but we're going to explore and see if we can find a spot to park, because this is cute. Probably pull in there.
In here we can't.
Why?
We can't drive. You drive in here? With the truck?
No, it was a flat area.
No, we can't drive there. We get stuck.
It was a flattish area.
Yeah, flattish. So, 4-wheel drive truck only.
Well, Brady had said that.
Okay.
Is to discourage
Okay.
tourists with camper vans like us.
This looks good here.
Right? Looks like we may have found our campsite. Ooh, right by the river. Ooh. This is nice. Look at this. Oh my goodness. I can't believe it. Literally. This is good. We found our campsite for the evening, or at least we think so. There are some very large flies, and, and there is a truck there, but I think he's probably fishing. But it looks to be a beautiful spot. We'll find out.
Sounds like we're the only ones.
Well, we're not the only ones. There's a guy right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Got a beautiful river here. What do you have going on in here?
Trying 1-pot pasta.
Nice.
Yeah, we've done it once before, but I'll try it again.
Yeah, and what kind of sauce are you making?
Tomato, garlic, capers, anchovies, you know, the usual.
Nice.
We'll see. I'll let you know in a little bit.
One pot pasta in full effect.
lazy way of doing pasta.
Oh, because it's not easy washing dishes in here.
Definitely not easy. Oh.
This stuff like it probably came undone.
No. Cheers.
Well, cheers. We made it.
What is this wine?
This is Mount Difficulty.
Mount Difficulty.
Very appropriate. We stopped just before the Nevis Road and got a bottle. It's one of the biggest makers of Pinot Noir in Central Otago. It's supposed to be very delicious. We tried it. It is good.
It is good.
Mm-hmm. Very good.
You have a little. You see? Anyone to wrap it up?
We drove a strip of gravel and dust to get here, a place where the sky stretches wide and the light cuts clean across rolling hills. Horseback might have suited it better, just the clothes on our backs, but we came in our tin can. It felt like a frontier, open space, simplicity. Welcomed by the quiet of places where the world forgets you exist. That was the good part. The only thing missing was the laughter of kindred spirits. The land is wild and the journey is ours, but it means more when it's shared. So we bring it to you through a lens, a flicker of light, a story, hoping it reaches the part of you that wants something simple and real. We had an awesome time camping at that site last night by the river. It was absolutely stunning, right?
Yeah.
And I had the best night's sleep I've had in a long time. I haven't been sleeping well at all, just like 4 to 5 hours a night. And I slept like 9 hours, I think.
There was no noise at all. I was so quiet. Nobody around. Just the cows in the morning.
Yeah,
Moving.
yeah.
It was awesome.
And we met these guys when we came in last night. There was a truck. We thought it was somebody fishing, but it was actually these guys that live here, and they have the gold claim to this land, and they are mining for gold in the river.
Yeah, that was pretty amazing. And they let us stay on their claim. It was pretty nice.
Yeah.
Who would think there'd be a traffic jam here, huh? It's great. Nobody bothered. Cows were totally quiet. No assassin.
It was awesome.
It was beautiful. Cold.
It was a little cold, but we got nice sleeping bags.
Yes. Thank you for letting us stay, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
See you later.
Thanks, bye. It's the stuff from movies, I swear.
Yeah. No tourist buses here.
No.
Not that much.
Yeah, that was exactly what I needed for sure. No tourist buses, just pure, beautiful nature. The sound of bugs flying around, the river, the birds, cows. It was really awesome. Only a couple of river crossings, which I may or may not hold my breath every time we go through. But the first one wasn't bad. It was small.
Yeah.
It just the second one, it was a little dicey, but not bad for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you had an off-road vehicle, 4x4, you could really just spend.
Unfortunately, we had to turn back.
Yeah, we did have to turn back because we talked to the gold miners and asked them about going forward, because originally we had planned to keep going on this Nevis Road to the other side, continue south, but he said I would not recommend it, right? What did he say?
He said if you find another truck coming up and there's no place to pull over, you've been a world of hurt. There's no way to turn around, and big boulders in the road is really steep, not for two wheels, especially not in a camper van. So, we listen to local knowledge and turn around. But we got, a great experience anyway. So
exactly, and the views on the way on this route have been absolutely amazing. So we may stop and enjoy for a bit, maybe have some breakfast.
Yeah. We can stop there.
Yeah.
I think it's really pretty.
Let's do it. It's just filled with spots like this.
that are just so beautiful, and it would be perfect to camp with the tent like right down there. Yeah.
We drove back through Nevis Valley to Arrowtown, a cute miner-inspired town where we spent the night, then headed south.
Around Queenstown in Arrowtown, there are just holiday parks pretty much that we've seen. It seems that there are so many people in the area that they've really clamped down on where you can camp. So we camped at a holiday park and just woke up early this morning, and today we're driving a couple hours south to Fiordland, and we're going to be exploring Doubtful Sound and Fiordland over the next few days. I'm really excited because it'll be a totally different area, right?
Yeah.
The drive right now is beautiful.
Yeah.
We're driving along the lake from Queenstown to Teanau. So wild. We're like going through a cloud right now.
Yeah.
It's pretty bizarre because it's a dark cloud. It's like we've been in fog, like thick fog in Maine for sure, where it's super hard to see, but it hasn't been gray like this, right?
Yeah, it's white.
Yeah.
Soon enough, the sun came out and we pulled onto the farm where we'd spend the night. At sunrise the next morning, we were on the boat headed for Doubtful Sound, which actually turned out to be quite a mission. First, we took a boat across Lake Manapuri, then about an hour-and-a-half bus ride to the boat in Doubtful Sound.
Good morning.
We were fortunate to have an absolutely stunning day and imagined Captain Cook sailing to the entrance of the fjords. He named this Doubtful Harbor as he doubted it was navigable and actually never entered.
Summer in New Zealand.
Today we're doing part of the Kepler track. We're doing from Rainbow Bridge to, I think it's called Mataporu Hut. I don't remember exactly how long it is. I think it's supposed to be like 3.5 hours long trip, a round trip. Looks like there's a sign here, so probably tell us actually. Rainbow Reach to Motorau Hut. 1 hour and 30 minutes. To 6 hours. It's still 6 kilometers. The Kepler track is one of New Zealand's great walks, which is a multi-day hike, like 4 days, and you have to book that in advance. So we're just doing this piece of it, kind of in a very, very mini version.
Yeah. The other one was much better actually. This is like old wood.
Well, it moves less than the other one.
Yeah.
Probably.
Kristin is becoming very courageous on this bridge. There she is, running along.
Already huffing and puffing.
Oh, look how cute this is. Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna wait until he gets off. I think I'm getting better, maybe.
Yeah.
The light right now is really pretty in here.
Walking through this magical forest with golden sunlight filtering through the trees, highlighting the lumpy green moss, it's easy to see how this landscape is the perfect setting for fantasy films like Lord of the Rings. At the end of the trail, we checked out the Motorau hut, which was quite big and really clean.
Nice.
Sweet.
Yeah, they're plastic, so that's great.
Ooh, look at that lake. This view. This is nice. A fire on the beach, like one of the few places. Over there. Let's go on the rocks in the shade. This is so nice. This is what I kind of thought of when I thought of New Zealand, just like pristine nature, right?
Yeah.
It is stunning. The water temperature is not as cold as I thought it would be, but I'm not hot enough really to go for a swim. Though there are some people here that did. Time to mosey back.
We were supposed to do our Milford Sound flight tomorrow, but it's supposed to rain. Even though I'd probably fly, the cruise portion of the trip would most likely get canceled. So we have pivoted and we're now taking the southern scenic route from Lake Manapuri south. And our first stop is going to be the Clifton Caves with stalactites, stalagmites, possibly glowworms. We are going to soak up today's sunny skies and make the most of this day because the next few days apparently are going to rain.
After the caves, we continued driving along the Southern Scenic Highway, taking in the views until we got to our campsite right along the beach. The next morning, we drove just 20 minutes after a very nice couple we met in Fiji, Khan and Ali, offered us the opportunity to stay in their beautiful Airbnb in Riverton for the next couple days. From Riverton, we drove to Dunedin to visit a friend of Fabio's, then circled back up to Queenstown.
So we just called to confirm our flight over Milford Sound and they are canceling.
So we came all the way here, back to Queenstown.
Yeah, we do. I mean, we do plan to go to the West Coast, but yeah, we drove 4 hours yesterday back here to take this flight, and now it's canceled. And we checked Windy and Predict Wind, and it was like 15 knots. I mean, it looks totally fine, but they explained to us that apparently at 10,000 feet above the mountains, the wind is at 45 knots, and then to go down into the valleys, you have to go below the cloud cover, and so there's this compression zone, and he said it just wouldn't be fun for anybody.
A lot of turbulence.
Yeah, so obviously we don't want to be involved in any of that. So at any rate, it's just super disappointing, but we did watch other videos, in particular one by the Lover's Passport, and they did such a good job with their video, but they also had a number of things that got canceled due to weather. So we were aware, of course, that this may happen. And of course, my mind goes, because last week we had this scheduled. And last week we had this scheduled. And I canceled because rain was forecast. And then the weather ended up being pretty much fine. We don't know if they flew that day, but I'm going to try and tell myself no.
Yeah. You never know. The best choice is the one you made. That's what I say all the time. The one you made is the best choice. You don't know whatever happened, the other choice, right?
Right. So anyways, we're going to get some work done and then continue west.
Yep.
We hopped in the van and began our journey to the West Coast.
We are on the road. It's just a 5-minute drive to Lake Matheson, which you guys have probably seen photos of Lake Matheson. It's a very famous lake where you can see the reflection of Mount Cook on certain days. There's the famous reflection. We got a good day for it today. Our plane ride got canceled, but we got the reflections.
Exactly.
When we arrived at Lake Matheson, the world held still. Mount Cook stood mirrored in the water. Sometimes you chase beauty and miss it. Sometimes you stumble into it by mistake.
And sometimes, when you pay attention, you learn that the difference doesn't matter. We could have flown, we didn't. We saw something else instead. The path you choose is the only one that's real. The rest is fantasy.
Over the next couple days, we visited Fox and Franz Josef Glacier and headed back east through Arthur's Pass to check out the Beely Spur hike.
How many hours did I drive today?
How many hours did you drive? I don't know.
Either.
A lot, I feel like.
And yesterday.
Yeah, it's just been, this trip has been far more driving than we initially set out to do, but I don't know how it ended up like that, but it just has. And yeah, we did 3 hours, I think, yesterday, and probably another 3 today. I don't even know. But we're here, and this campsite is fabulous. So good.
We did the hike the next morning.
Look at this view. Oh my God. Woo! It's windy. Those are glaciers out there, I think, huh?
Yeah. Awesome.
It's so windy up here. It's funny because most of the time I think, oh, we get to the summit and we're gonna like hang out, and then most of the time we get to the summit and we're like, oh, this is nice, beautiful view, and then we turn back. No?
They say it's about the journey, not the destination. This trip was about just that. We made plans, Mother Nature ignored them. We chased views, found clouds. Still, beauty showed up, and more important, so did everything we were looking for.